Now, before any of you get into your antics, this isn't an Xbox bad video or an Xbox's whatever video. I'm just going to pretty much talk about the facts that are there in front of us and then deliver it. I'm going to preface everything first by saying if you are happy on the Xbox platform, if you are a happy Game Pass customer, the Xbox platform is the best place for you unless you've got enough money to buy a decent PC. The PC Game Pass is always an option as well, but if you value your backwards compatibility catalog, which is currently not available to play on PC, the Xbox console is still a great home for you. You are going to get those games day and date, day one, on your Xbox via Game Pass if you choose to subscribe. And Microsoft has already announced that a new console is in the works. It is coming. They have announced this 4 or 5 times now, so whether it hits that 2026 cadence or it comes at a later date now, who knows? Because after the latest Destin interview, it's clear that nothing coming out from Camp Xbox is remotely true. And even talking to Nibs today, I was referring to Destin's interview and what Phil actually said, which made no sense. Because, well, it does today. Today actually makes it make sense. And in my opinion, today, January the 30th, will be a day that will be remembered as the day Xbox kind of lost its brand. Xbox has 3 pillars: Halo, Gears, and Forza. And any one of them leaving mean the others are going to follow. At this point, I wouldn't be shocked. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if the Master Chief Collection that's been rumored, that was said to be coming, lands day and date on both PlayStation and Xbox. The next Halo game that's coming, day and date. At this point, nothing would surprise me. Phil Spencer made a statement in his video, right? Let's play it. Let's just hear it.
Yeah, ripping the Band-Aid off on that topic while you're there. Are all Xbox games going to PlayStation someday, or will there still be exclusives? How are those red lines looking these days?
The red line, just to be clear, was me responding to an answer. Like, I sometimes gets positioned if I kind of ran out with a red lines t-shirt on. We are finding that our games shipping on multiple platforms is a good thing for Xbox. It makes Xbox stronger. It lets us do shows like we did with Showcase with great games, give our game teams the time they need for us to invest in platform, for us to invest in hardware. I think all of this is part of what Xbox is going to be when we go forward. When you ask the question like no, I mean, there's Xbox games that have shipped that we're not going to put on other platforms. Some of the things we'll look at how they do.
So he made a statement there that doesn't really make sense. He said, right, that not every game is going to go. It's going to be a case-by-case basis. And then he follows that up with, I don't want to wall garden any game. I don't want to limit any game. I want my games to go wherever they are. Which essentially, he contradicted himself in that same sentence. Now, I'm not sure if I raised this in the previous video that I made or not, but it was something that I raised to Nib today. And I said, you can't have both. You can't say it's going to be a case-by-case, but then turn around and say that you're not holding anything back. And the whole red line thing today finally came to fruition. And, Phil Spencer has been wordsmithing his way around and, dodging the question, evading it. And, people like Paris have repeatedly told me that don't hold your expectations. I mean, I wasn't holding any, to be fair, but I still had a view, kind of. I think, releasing your pillars to the other platform is going to do more damage to you in the long term than the short term gain that you're going to get. This is something that me and Paris disagreed on. I wouldn't say disagreed. I'd say more. He just saw the reality of it, and I guess maybe had some more insight. I don't know. I don't want to, speak on what he does and what he doesn't know. That's already got me into trouble. So all I'll say is, the signs have been there. So today they announced Forza Horizon 5 in all its fanfare, coming to PlayStation 5. And right now, as I said at the beginning, if you're happy with Xbox as a console that is basically your bread and butter for Game Pass, you are still going to be okay, and it is still going to be the #1 platform. But as a brand, where Phil said, it's not lost to me that there is a box in the name. I think it is lost to him. I think now all they care about is maximizing profits and pushing ahead. And if you've read the article from Derek Towns, I think his name is, which I'm going to be doing a video on, it clearly shows you that despite the fact that they earned less money this year in terms of gross revenue, I think it was like 500 million less, they actually made more profit than they did last year. Which sounds weird, but through cost cutting and efficiency, yes, they made less sales. If they actually made the same amount of sales, they would have made an enormous amount of profit. Way more than they did. But in terms of actual profit growth, they actually grew, which is crazy, even though they were actually down by like 500 million, which is a lot of money. But Forza Horizon 5 was announced today, and to the fanfare, everyone is celebrating. It's a fantastic game. And make no mistake, it's going to find a home over at PlayStation, and I reckon it is going to be the #1 racer there for a long time. I don't think anything is going to top it. In terms of arcade races, you really can't beat Forza Horizon 5. I guess 4 was great in my opinion, but that's been delisted. And the notion of how long will Forza Horizon 5 last, because these games get delisted periodically due to licensing issues, so who knows. But the bottom line is, even in the interview with Destin, Phil Spencer actively lied in the interview to Destin. He gave him a response which was, we're not going to cover all those games and we are going to look at it by a case-by-case basis, followed by, we're not holding anything back. So you can't say both and expect, it's weird. And in my opinion, Phil, I think a lot of people looked at that interview and took it at face value and said, you know what? I get pushing all the legacy titles, because I said the same thing. But holding on to the pillars, holds on to the identity of what Xbox is. It's clear that they don't care about the identity of Xbox. Now, like I said, this isn't an Xbox bashing video. And if people are going to get upset about it, I'm sorry. I'm only talking the truth and the facts. But the reality is, when you come to try to advertise your platform, without the console, selling Game Pass is difficult. It's super easy to sell Game Pass when you're selling it with the console, because it's a no-brainer. It just works. And maybe if you bundle it together with an Amazon Fire Stick, or you bundle it together with, the MetaQuest 3, but you don't go and buy the MetaQuest 3 to play Game Pass streamed. You just don't do that. You don't go buy an Amazon Fire Stick to play Game Pass. I guess some will, but the general populace will not. We're not there yet. We're not actually in that cloud era yet. The infrastructures just aren't there. And sure, people are saying Sony is going to eventually follow suit. And I believe that they will be following suit. No doubt about it. I think by PlayStation 6, I think they will follow suit. But this highlights a bigger problem in my opinion, and that is the quality of the games. Sony clearly has dropped the ball. They don't care about, they don't even fear Xbox anymore, because Xbox has become the cash cow, I guess. They just get the games without having to spend any money on these games now. They get 30% revenue from those games. That 30% then goes on to help Sony not only develop their own games, but money hack games away from Xbox customers as well. Microsoft essentially is paying Sony to keep games off the Xbox platform. Let that sink in for a second. And this is all because Microsoft has, as a grand scheme, just decided, now that they've gone ahead with this is an Xbox campaign, everything is an Xbox, well, they're embracing now the true nature of third party. And when I say the true nature of third party, I mean ultimate nature. If they turn around next week and say, right, we're actually buying Capcom or Sega or someone like that, and all of their games are coming to day one Game Pass, that would actually be something. But it's been a year now. Where's the games from Activision Blizzard on Game Pass? Well, we've had like 3 games. So, all this time, they've put 2 Call of Duties, one of them landed late. They put a Diablo, which landed late. They put, 3 games? Crash, I think, Spyro, and that's it. I can't remember anything else. Where's all the Transformers games that's being hyped about? Where's all the older Spider-Man games? Where's all the... where are all these games? Where are all these games, the Call of Duties that was said to... I just don't even see them coming anymore. Where are these? There's no talk about them. There's no update about them. It's just rumors we hear here and there. People get their hopes up. Are they ever going to arrive? From where I'm standing right now, it looks like Microsoft is slowly pivoting away and saying, right, what's in the past was in the past. If you want those games, you're going to buy them. And we're only looking at putting what's coming in the future onto Game Pass. And even then, that's okay. Right? But who are they buying next? How are they going to make Game Pass, the incentive for Game Pass, more lucrative? Because without the console, it's a hard sell. We've seen this time and time again. Without the console, it's a hard sell. And now when you go into a shop, you have the option of going, hey, you can buy a PlayStation 5, which has all these games from Xbox, and the rest of them are coming anyway, or they're coming day and date. The only games that aren't coming are the smaller AA first-party games that will eventually arrive at some point in time, like South of Midnight. But all the big ones, like Doom and Ninja Gaiden, they're all landing day one on PS5. I mean, at this point, I'm shocked Avowed isn't landing day one on PS5. I don't know. I think this Forza news, I didn't care about all the others. I didn't even care about Doom, honestly. It was the 3 pillars that I cared about. And I think that what they've demonstrated today is something that I personally am a little disappointed in. They've basically looked at all their customers. They've looked at, these people interviewing them. In my opinion, they have actively lied to the interviewer's face by saying what they said. And then turned around and did the complete opposite. I mean, Phil Spencer knew that this was landing on the 30th. And he makes a statement like that. I think it's just wrong. Right? I think it's wrong. But as it's developing right now, there's no holding it back now. Paris said in a tweet, the Band-Aid is off. I think he's right. The Band-Aid is now off. And, from this point forward, just expect everything and anything is going. It is what it is. As for me, I will continue to be an Omni gamer. Xbox is still my preferred platform because of Game Pass. Just the amount of money I save on it is astronomical. So for me, between being able to game between my handheld console, my PC, and my Xbox, it's just too valuable for me. That Play Anywhere is just way too valuable to me. That right now is the key seller for me and the one that keeps me on the Xbox ecosystem. If they actually took Play Anywhere away, I think that would actually pretty much kill the ecosystem. The Play Anywhere is a key selling point, and for me, it means cross entitlement, and it's another way for me to save money, right? Like I bought Visions of Mana on Xbox, I can play it on my PC as well, and to me that's a big deal. And it means I can play it on my handheld console. So, I can just pick up, play, and drop, and my saves come around with me no matter where I go. So this isn't to say that Xbox is dead. I just think the brand itself at this point means nothing. And Phil Spencer did this. And honestly, I think, Destin asked him, what do you want your legacy to be? And he gave a really cool response, which, was nice. It was heartfelt, and it was nice to hear him being so humble. Unfortunately, he is going to be known as the dude that, one-upped Don Matrick. Don Matrick, we all know from the Xbox One era, but I think Phil Spencer will be forever known as the guy that put the final nail in the coffin. Xbox, at least from where I see it now, is a third-party publisher that still has a platform that they publish to. I pretty much see them as the equivalent of Steam. Steam has a platform. They also used to release games, and you can play them exclusively on PC. Some games exclusively, other games you can play multiplayer. I pretty much see them as the same thing now, and I think that's what they're aspiring to be. Play Anywhere is going to be their only saving grace, in my opinion. Forza Horizon 5 going is such a big deal. It is such a big deal, and I don't think people understand the magnitude of what it will do to what it's done to the brand. But you know what? Next week, Tuesday, we're going to discuss this, and I think, when Chili's on Thursday, we'll discuss this even more. But yeah, this was definitely not on my bingo cards today to actually be there. That was a big surprise for me. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's have that discussion, and I'll see you in the next one, because there's a lot more videos to come over this week. I'm trying to get at least one video out a day, so hopefully you'll enjoy it, and let me know what you think. We are trying to get to 10,000 subs, so if you're enjoying this content, let me, support the channel, hit that subscribe button, and a thumbs up. We are also going to be transitioning slightly. We're doing the new stuff, but I'm trying to work with my son at the moment to do more reviews on this channel. So hopefully you'll enjoy that content as well. I know I've been talking about this for a while, but we are starting to get that ball rolling. I'm going to have my Indiana Jones review out soon, now that I have 100%ed the game. I did love that game. It was such a good game. But I think the focus now going forward on the channel is just going to be games, because that's where the focus should be, and always should have been. Anyway, that's the video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one. Remain legend.